start over. It's gonna crush. Hello everyone. We tried to do a live. I'm live illiterate. I don't know how to do that. So you're just getting the recorded version. And this is Willie. Come here, Willie. Say hello. He's jealous. He hates the video camera. He don't like you to listen to videos, or music. He just wants you to pay attention to him. So what we decided to do was share our adventure, our cancer adventure, I guess you could call it. We've been through a rough couple years. Roy's been taking care of me for way over a year, 2 years now. Even before that, he was taking care of me because I was in a wheelchair because I needed double knee replacement. And before that, I was sick with pneumonia for a year. I also had a gallbladder and appendicitis attack during the COVID outbreak. And just when they were bringing COVID people into the hospital, they had to send me home with appendicitis because they was afraid I'd get COVID. So I came home on antibiotics until I got well enough to have the gallbladder and appendicitis taken out. So then I was having trouble with my legs and my knees, and I ended up in a wheelchair for about 2 years. I could walk and I could get around in the house and everything, but it was so painful. And we dropped you. So that's what happens when you do lives. I don't want to do that live, so we're gonna keep recording, and you may see the dropped phone. But I'm trying to tell you what it's been like without overwhelming you, because I'm overwhelmed by it all. It's been a long road. So I finally got over my knee surgery. I'd done my rehab. I'd finished up my pretty close to my very last rehab for my knees. I was able to walk with just the walker, and then I got to where I could use the cane, and at home I didn't have to have anything, but when we went out somewhere I did, and I still had to ride the cart and all that. But then I got then on Easter Sunday I decided I'd have a massive heart attack on everybody. When I do it good. So I was in the hospital for somewhere around 40 days, I believe it was.
43.
So I was in the hospital. I can't tell the story. The doctor, Asefa, keeps saying, you need to tell your story. You're an inspiration to everybody. He says, you are a miracle. He says, we have an awesome God. That's what he tells me. Every time he sees me, he hugs me. He says, we have an awesome God. You're not supposed to be here with us. So I do believe we have an awesome God. And I do believe that everyone's prayers and everyone that helped us during that time was a blessing to us, and I'm going to try to make it through this. I'm not doing a good job at it, am I? But we were so blessed with so many family members and so many friends and people that was there for us. The doctor said he said he had never seen so many people in an emergency waiting area as he did that day. And for it to be an Easter Sunday when everybody was with their families, a lot of those people left their families and came to be with my family. I hope that says something about me and Roy. I really do. I hope that says that we've been good to people. And that's all I want to do is be good. It's good to everybody as they've been to us. My family is is the best family that I know. I see these other families, and I see what they do to each other and how they treat each other. Our family does not do that. Our family is a good family, and I hope it continues on down through the generations that we've taught our children to be that way. I'm trying to stop crying. But anyway, so we made it through the heart attack. and then I've had this spot on my breast for a couple of years. And every year I have to go back and I have to have it checked. And then, they go back, they call me back and tell me to come back and have it checked again because there's this suspicious spot. So I get kind of aggravated and I'm like, well, I'm just going to go back and it's going to be the exact same stuff all over again. And they're going to tell me it's okay, there's nothing to worry about. And so I go back anyway, even though I say I'm not going to. Well, this time my doctor's Katie Barnes. She's my nurse practitioner. She's my doctor. And I trust her very much. She said she wanted me to have it further investigated because she wasn't quite satisfied with just keeping on watching it. So she wanted me to have an MRI, and our insurance wouldn't pay for an MRI. So what happened was the insurance said I had to have a biopsy, and I'm just mad as I can be at the insurance because of that. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have a biopsy. But in the long run, it was a blessing that I did because the MRI would not have been able to see this cancer because I have what they call very dense breast. And if they hadn't went in there to look at the other spot to do the biopsy, they'd have never seen the second spot that they was suspicious about. So it came back anyway. It all come back cancer. It's a very early stage 1 cancer. And I thought, oh good, I'll just get it cut out and I'm going to go on, which never does anything turn out like you think it will. So I'm waiting and I get my surgery scheduled for the lumpectomy. Well, during that time, Roy has been having problems. So we go, and he goes to the doctor, and Roy has prostate cancer and kidney, a spot on his kidney that's cancerous. So then we're back to, 3 months later, we go back to Dave, and his prostate cancer is very, very early, group 1 prostate cancer is what they call it. I haven't studied up on it a whole lot. I don't know. It's called endometriosis. I don't know quite the word for it. Endometriosis or something like that. I'd need the paper in front of me. But he also has a spot on his kidney that's cancerous, and it's also very, very small. And they don't want to do any treatment yet because this is what they said. It would be like hitting an anthill with an atom bomb. Yeah. That it's so small that it doesn't warrant any treatment, but needs to be closely watched and monitored. But we don't know what today thinks. So this was his second time to go back, and he had a CAT scan done today so that they could see the spot better. And so we'll know. We don't know the results from that yet. We'll have to wait on that, and his blood work for his his PSA for the prostate levels. We'll have to wait and see what those are because they are still very elevated. And that's what sent us to the doctor to begin with because of his prostate levels being elevated. Me and go to the doctor. I know you don't want to, and I know women don't want to either. Women are just more used to it. That's just how it is. From day one of giving birth to a baby, we're going to the doctor for women's stuff. Men ignore it. Men do not want to. What if I hadn't have been here pushing him? Because I pushed you, did I not? I pushed him. What if 2 years from now it was too late? Because I've been pushing him for 2 or 3 years or longer to go to have this. And I pushed the doctor even to do the biopsy. They didn't think that it was necessary, but they were going to do another procedure on him because he has an enlarged prostate. He may not want me telling all his business, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Well, they was going to do another procedure, and I won't go into the procedure and all that. And so I'm like, well, why? I said, and it was a procedure on his prostate, and I'm like, why are we putting him through this? If he's got something, if his PSA is way elevated, and there's a likelihood he has prostate cancer. So why are we putting him through this procedure if he's going to have his prostate removed? Which I know that's not, most of the time, they don't remove your prostate anymore. They treat, and prostate cancer is one of the number one curable cancers, as well as my breast cancer is. So, go get checked. The blood test hurts your arm. It hurts nothing else, and that's your number one thing that you need to have done. And so he went and they did the biopsy of his prostate, and it came back cancer. It is group 1, I think is how they say that it's very small, but then through that with the CAT scans and MRIs, it also showed the kidney cancer, which has nothing at all to do with prostate cancer. Apparently, it is not metastasized from the prostate. They're 2 different kinds of cancer. So we were lucky and blessed that he went and had that done. So now it's also something that they're just going to watch for right now. Up until today, that's what we know right now. We'll know more when they get the CAT scans back this week. So to me, and mine, I do have to have chemo, and I do have to have radiation. And the reason is there's a gene test that they do. They check 26 of your genes. And if you come above the 25 level mark, the number 25 on this gene test that they do, you have to have chemo, because that is showing your the likelihood that the cancer will return on you. And my likelihood was high. If that hadn't showed high, I would not have to have chemo. I would have still had to have radiation, but I would not have had to have chemo. So that sucks. I don't want to have chemo. I don't want to lose my hair. I don't want to be sick. And I know this is vain, but after my heart attack, and when I was if I wasn't so embarrassed, I could show you pictures of me when I was laying in the bed on life support and what my hair looked like. But I'm vain. I'm not the prettiest person in the whole world, but I want what I got, I want my boobs and I want my hair. I'm just being honest with you. I chose not to have a mastectomy. If I'd had the mastectomy, the way she told me, I think I would have still had to have the chemo. But still, there would have been a less chance of it coming back on me. But I forgot where I was at. I'm going to have that, and and
Probably lose your hair.
And I will lose my hair, most likely. There is a thing that you can buy, rent rather, that gives you a chance of not losing your hair, but I don't think I can get the machine here on time before I start my chemo, and I'm not that vain that I want to die to keep my hair, put it that way. But anyway, so that's what our next thing is wait and see with Roy. We'll know more next week on the CAT scan results for him. And right now, all we know about that is we go back every 3 months, have another CAT scan, and then I believe they said every 6 months he'd have to go have another biopsy done. But I'm not real sure about that. But then we'll keep you updated on everything else. And I don't know, Roy, you want to say anything to anybody? Go ahead. It's your turn. I am the big mouth of the family, of all of our family, and I talk a lot, so you might as well get used to it. And I get made fun of because I use my hands like this all the time. So, but I want to tell you, I love all of y'all. Roy says, he's like, what's that? Who's that? What's that? Who's that? And I'm like, well, it's just somebody asking about us. And it is constant, and I don't get tired of it. I do have to turn it off at night because it keeps me awake if I don't, because I keep the phone in the bed with me, plugged up or right up above the bed. I keep the phone plugged up there, and it'll ding, 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 ding. So I just turn everything off at night. And so so I don't really, I've got to where I don't answer a lot of private messages. Because I don't have time, and because we are at the doctor's office a lot. If it's not for me, it's for him. And not only do I have to keep up with this breast cancer stuff, I also have stage 3 kidney failure from the heart attack. So I go to the kidney doctor every 3 months, and then I go to my regular doctor. I have the cardiologist every 3 months.
Brain tumor.
Yeah, I forgot that. I have a brain tumor too. So that I've had that for a long time. Was my first thing that really got me. I kind of feel homebound. I'm not so much homebound as I used to be, but when I first got sick, I was homebound with the brain tumor. I couldn't drive anymore. There was a lot of things I couldn't do until I had to relearn how to do a lot. But anyway, that's a story in its own. But I'm just thankful. I am so thankful. I try to look on it like this. We could have went to the doctor, both of us, and I could have died last year when I had the heart attack. I could have been bedridden for the rest of my life, because I was in that bad of a shape. I was that bad. Was I? I can remember waking up from after they took me off the life support. I was on life support 10 or 11 days. And I remember getting me woke up. Apparently I was hard-headed and didn't want to wake up. But, my hands was up here at my neck, and I was looking, and I couldn't move my head, and I couldn't move, and I'm like something, and I did know what had happened to me, because I remembered. I didn't know it was a heart attack, but I thought it was something else. So that story I'll tell y'all later. It's kind of funny, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move any parts of my body. I couldn't. And the first words that I was able to speak, I was telling everybody that I'd had a stroke, and they said, "No, you've not had a stroke. You just had that bad of a heart attack. That all your organs shut down. I have muscle atrophy, and it's a thing that happens to your body that causes you not to be able to move. Your muscles don't work." So that's what was wrong with me. But anyway, I'm going to shut up about everything. I think I covered enough that you'll kind of understand what's going on with us. I want to take y'all along because there's so many things that I don't know. And there's so many things that I've found out that might help somebody else. I don't know. I want to know. I would have never known about this thing for your hair that can help you save your hair. If I'd have known about it sooner, I'd have it here already. And that's another thing. I'm fortunate, and people will say this, we are fortunate that we don't hurt for anything. Roy and I don't hurt for anything. There may be things that we'd like to have that we don't get. I mean, we're not millionaires, but we're comfortable, and we are fortunate that if I need something, I'm able to get it. If we need food, we're able to get it. We don't have to worry that I'm sick and that we can't afford stuff that we need. If there's something we need, we can get it. And we're fortunate, been blessed to be in this shape. Have we not?
Yeah.
We could be like so many people out there, and I do feel for them. I do. I can't imagine people that don't have a family that cares for them, because I've always had it. We've had a good life, and we've got good children. And I'm going to shut up because I'm going to cry again. But that's our story. And you need to say something. You got to say something to everybody. They got on here to come see us both.
I know. Well, Cindy's kind of the glue that bonds everybody together, the families, and without the glue we wouldn't have nothing. So that's why she's so important to us all. And to the men out there that might be having issues, don't let them pass you by. Go get them checked out with a blood test. I mean, I was getting up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom like 6 and 7 times, and when you get up and get woke up, you're not getting the rest you need. No. It's taking a toll on your body. If you're experiencing any of that, plus I'm a diabetic, and that had a part to play in it too, but if you're having any of those symptoms or anything, it's just a blood test. Go get checked out, and it could save your life. It's just, and there's some things I've had done I really wouldn't want to, it's kind of really embarrassing, but you have to have these things done to find out where you are and where you need to be and where you want to go. And 30 years ago or 40 years ago, what I have would have probably been a death sentence. But now it's not. It's just a matter of picking and choosing the right medicine for you and getting you up and going again. But they caught mine, they say, in the early stages, so that's good. And Cindy's, she is going to have the chemo and the radiation. But I told her, I said, before long, everything on you is going to be replaced and repaired, and you're going to be like the $6 million woman running around here. But
I'm already worth $1 million.
Yeah, she's had a rough 4 years, really, 3.5 to 4 years, and with her. And then on my side of the family, my mom has brain cancer, and she's in the nursing home because doesn't have the mental capacity to take care of herself. I mean, and it comes and goes, she might be good one day and then bad the next or whatever. We just afraid for her. Our plans were, on my mom, was she was going to come live with me and Cindy, and then all this stuff has happened to me and Cindy, and we just can't take her on now.
There's a great guilt trip that I have, because I can't do for my family either. My mother and my father, my stepfather, need us too, and I'm not able. I mean, I know I look fat and healthy and all that, but I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
I'm a lot healthier than I was, and I'm on my way to being better. But I'll never be able to do what I used to could do. I mean, my heart won't let me do that. That's my biggest issue. And so I'm hoping that don't affect my chemo and stuff either. But
And that's one thing too. You know, I work at Walmart. Been at Walmart 33 years, and know my customers. My customers know them. You know, we intermingle one another. You know, I mean, 33 years, you become pretty good friends with them. And someone found out I had cancer, and they look at me and they're like, "You've got cancer?" And it's really not about how you look. You know, I think I look pretty good, and Cindy looks pretty
you look
good.
hot.
But you know, it's not. It's what's going on the inside that you can't see. You know, and that's why you need to have this blood work and these tests and all that, and it will could eliminate. You know, could save your life.
It will save ours.
Yeah.
So
We caught ours early, and so just thankful for that. And you know, and who knows? You're not guaranteed 5 minutes from now. You're not guaranteed tomorrow, but you know, if there's a chance that you can get fixed. You know, and try to pass on what you know to other people. Maybe save some lives out there. You know, or something. But I think this next year, 2025, is going to be a better year for all of us. Really, I think there's going to be a lot of changes in the world as a whole, and you know, I don't want to get into all that, but I'm just going to think positive, and it's in the good Lord's hands, and He's going to. It is what it is, and He's the only one that knows the outcome, and I'm just going to kind of leave it at that, and let y'all get back to Cindy and.
I'm done with y'all, so we're gonna say good night, and we'll try. We probably won't do a whole lot of these live or recorded videos. I would really like to do a live where we can interact and y'all could ask questions, but I don't know how to do that. And I tried to do it, and I messed it up. So anyway, we're going to have dinner with our friends Matt and Gabrielle Hunley down at their new homestead on Sunday. So they know a lot about this stuff, and so maybe they'll help us out a little bit. We love y'all. Good night. Bye.